Disclaimer, disclaimer. This video contains heavy spoilers of Celeste and Doki Doki Literature Club, as well as lighter spoilers of OneShot, Undertale, and other games that I've reviewed in my 24-hour series. This is the end. Or so they say anyway. As some of you may know, I've been a Celeste fan for quite a while. I've made references to this game in so many videos, whether it be the merch I bought or the stupid text box edit that I sometimes use. The truth is, I love this game. I love this game so much that I don't want it to stop. I don't want to say goodbye. I don't want to say farewell. I was really impacted by Celeste, how it metaphorizes the idea of climbing a mountain, turning literal gameplay into a simple life lesson that can help anyone. I also have this fear in me that I'll never be able to find another game quite like Celeste, that I'll never find anything that can bring out that much emotion in me again. Oh, that's so dope! So, starting Farewell, the last level of the game, I was kind of afraid. I felt this before. Almost a fear of missing out for not playing, yet a fear of running out of content to play. So, what did I do? Play the B-sides, play a tiny bit of Farewell, play the C-sides, stop playing for a bit, go back to the C-sides, play a bit of Farewell, go back to the C-sides, repeat. It's been this endless cycle of giving up, doing something else, and thinking that I'm not ready for this final moment. I've been playing Farewell off and on for around a year, taking little bites out of it, but never being able to go much farther. I was afraid of running out of time. I had barely started. I've spent more than 24 hours of game time trying to beat this single level, and that's why you've got a video. I normally review entire games after putting that much time into them, to offer a unique perspective for someone who may not have as much time to get into a really long game. OneShot, Getting Over It, Thumper, and Hollow Knight are all games that need a bit of consideration before starting, and these are games that I've reviewed, but Farewell is different. Before even starting Farewell, you've already invested the time to beat Celeste's main game and unlock Chapter 8. You've already chosen this path, and you know exactly what you're getting into. So, as a special episode in my 24-hour game review series, I will dive into the meta of the series itself. Let's talk about my obsession with indie games. I've been having this sort of FOMO. Really felt like I've been missing out because I've just been seeing things, I've been on Discords seeing stuff about Farewell, and I just haven't played it yet. Farewell has a lot of ground to cover. After what felt like a perfect wrap-up to me, a happily ever after moment, something serious needs to happen in this storyline. And something serious happens indeed. Farewell's opening is absolutely incredible, and if you still haven't gotten this far in Celeste, heed my spoiler warning because I'm gonna give away the biggest spoiler in the entire game. Granny freaking dies. What? Hold up! Hold up! What? Just everything just went so depressing. What the? Oh man, this is gonna be insane. Madeline knew this, of course. That's why she's here at the mountain again. She's in denial. After avoiding Granny's funeral, she finally decides to visit her grave, after a year. For any of what? Whoa, hey! Bestie! She's gone. Just the eyes. Ugh. Aw, seriously? Who did? I fell apart. I would have too, honestly. I'm so sorry, Granny. Hey! My dude! Squawky face. Okay. Guess I'm going off this way then. I mean that way. Up I go. I guess I'm following a bird. Eventually my dude, Squawky Face, shows up, and for some reason Madeline chases the bird. Yeah, where are we going? Why? What are you doing, Maddie? Stop it. Game over. She's gone. GG out, boys. She follows the bird into this weird variation of outer space that can only be described as one of those dreams you get that are so weird that they've become a meme. I mean, who the heck thinks of exploding fish? How are there fish in outer space? As you keep playing, you'll encounter new mechanics like the now iconic jelly, but you'll also begin to struggle. The first place where I was really held up was Power Station. Bird! This labyrinth area challenged me for a very long time. I've probably spent hours on this upper left screen, and this is a repeating thing in Farewell. There will always be a few screens that you grow to absolutely hate because you get stuck. Even after spending several hours at these single areas, the most dedicated players will eventually give up. You can see how long this took me. My character has grown a crown and changed hair colors. But eventually, you'll beat these screens, and when you do, it feels good. Just like other difficult screens in Celeste, you get this sense of accomplishment that makes the game enjoyable again. Although, when I was away from this game, I felt this calling.
Oh, it's calling. I just can't stop, I'm sorry.
I know that I wouldn't end up moving at all, but I still wanted to play. I missed Celeste. During after hours on a school day, I wanted to go back into Celeste, but just couldn't because I knew how much time I was taking, and these long screens were getting really repetitive. I'm not someone who enjoys doing the same thing over and over again without some kind of break in between. Now, don't get me wrong, I have hundreds of hours in Smash Bros. And Splatoon, but I can't grind these games to bring up my GSP or upgrade my gear like others can. Well, I got through the long screens eventually. Later on, you find a crystal heart, like the hearts you'd find while playing through the B-sides. I got it! I got it! Yes!
Yes.
Yes!
Nice.
Yes! Give me this heart. I deserve it. Woo!
Yes.
This heart is labeled empty space, and it seems like things are over, but they're not. What the heck? What? Oh, hi, bird. Bye, bird. Wait, no. This can't be the end. Okay. Okay, Madeline just broke the game. Which means I need to keep going! Keep going! Keep go- What the- Oh, okay. The world's breaking. Whoa! Why are you broken? Bird, get over here! While not a fourth wall break, Madeline's sheer determination causes the world around her to fall apart as she chases after the bird. Again. Oh, there's a wall! Ha! Good thing I completed all the B-sides before beating this level! Spoiler alert, there's a flippin' wall in the middle of Farewell! Sorry. Sorry. Hey, look, intro
No,
cart.
it's fine.
Intro cart. Intro cart. Intro cart. Internet cafe. What is this? Whoa! What is this? Whoa! Barry OS. I love that. Wave dashed up. Oh! Oh, that's what this is. A practical solution for catching birds in space. Oh man, this is so cursed. This is so bad. Birds are hard to catch. Fact. Wow, it's fast. Also, it can fly, and part of you won't help. Damn it, part of you. She's the worst. This is so good. Wave dashing. It's easy. Jump. Dash, oh, that's... You did it! Go you. Trouble in paradise. If you don't regain your dash, you're starting too low to the ground. If you don't get much distance, starting too far from the ground. Yay! Wave dashing! Oh, that's so dope! Yo, you gained so much distance! Whoa! Okay, Farewell just went from, like, cool to, like, really heckin' cool. Oh, man, I'm not good at this. This is difficult! Do I just wave dash twice? Like, how? Wait. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that is what you do. You pull a wave dash on that little thing, and then you wall. This is insane. Yo, okay, I thought the beginning of Farewell was difficult. If I have to complete the rest of the game like this, that's gonna be a flippin' nightmare. If I have to complete the rest of the game like this...
If I have to complete the rest of the game like this... If I have to complete the rest of the game like this...
Now it's time for a very random aside. In the meantime between Event Horizon and Determination, these are all sub-areas in Farewell, by the way, I decided to try something different. I've heard a lot about this other game, Doki Doki Literature Club. I thought it was just a dating sim, but I downloaded it anyway since it was free and it might be worth a review, maybe? Well, I was bored one day and just launched the game to see what it would be like. And then I was hooked. Really hooked. So hooked that I played it for 10 hours straight. Thanks, Volvo, for the related meme. I don't even know why I liked it so much in the beginning. Maybe because it brought up some other high school memories that I've been missing since quarantining for a year, but either way, it brought me that "this game is so awesome, I love it, how have I never seen" emotion that I've really only felt with a few games. Splatoon, Undertale, Portal 2, OneShot, and of course, Celeste. I was afraid that I'd never see another game that uses an emotional story to describe human emotion. This game is full of human emotion and full of story. And then it goes absolutely crazy. I forgot that people called Doki Doki a psychological horror. Well, there's a good reason. I want to give a massive sensitive content warning. It isn't as shocking seeing this clip in a summarized video, but, well, just imagine Doki Doki not being a dating sim, but a Five Nights at Freddy's game with real psychological elements, and the whole point is, it's bad. You might want to look away in 3, 2, 1. Remember how I reacted to the start of Farewell? Oh, you can look again. What you missed was one of the characters being, let's say, deleted. The emotional high you feel in Doki's first act completely changes. In a very short amount of time, the amount of adrenaline that pumps through your system as you take in this shocking moment is insane. And I can only compare it to that lightning strike in the beginning of this video from Celeste Farewell. Doki Doki transforms from a wholesome experience into its final form, and it is insane. Throughout Doki Doki, most players will become really attached to Sayori, just like they became attached to Granny and Celeste. Without either character, the game wouldn't have ended the same way. Sayori thinks of herself as worthless and purposeless, but the truth is that she is the reason Doki Doki has a storyline. Both Granny and Sayori are the quote mentors of the hero's journey formula, and the shock of seeing them suddenly disappear from the player's life isn't from visuals or sound effects, it's an emotional shock. DDLC continues this emotional shock in its second act. As the game restarts, a boatload of hilarious and frightening visual scares, like the Monica BSOD.
Not accustomed to it. Okay. Oh, Mitsuki. 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 Go! 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 Hi, Monica.
As well as changes in dialogue, really show who the characters you are so attached to truly are. Well, most of the characters.
Whoa. That's Monica. And my cursor has become Sayori.
This is probably the most entertaining part of Doki Doki, as it converts from a wholesome anime-themed dating sim to one of the darkest stories in gaming history, I think. As you're freaking out about what happened to Sayori, Yuri and Itsuki, who've been arguing over their differences in writing styles, get into several really toxic fights that can make the player feel horrible about one of the characters, depending on the route they've taken. Then, more sensitive content happens, and things begin to make sense. TLDR, Doki Doki Literature Club really reminded me that the indie game scene is massive. Just like you'll never run out of anime to watch, you'll never run out of indie games to play. This is why I love this genre so much. You never know when you come across something that just completely grabs your attention and takes you on an awesome journey, full of emotion. I'm not a writer, nor do I play dating sims, but Doki Doki is really well written, and I can't help but appreciate the massive amount of foreshadowing throughout this entire first act. It's really well hidden, and it really shows. I mean, I was expecting to play this game for a half hour when I first launched it. Then, I played for the whole day! The only other time this has happened to me was Christmas 2012 when I got my Wii U and played Nintendo Land all day. Man, I miss Nintendo Land. Some people don't get involved in the stories of video games, but there are some that are just so well written and so well prepared that you've gotta take a look. I've assembled a list of surreal meta games that took me aback on my Discord, which include things I've reviewed in the 24-hour series, as well as some games I haven't gotten the chance to look at. Just like Undertale's Flowey, Doki Doki's least prominent character, the only one you can't attempt to write poems for, suddenly becomes very prominent. It turns out that Monika is self-aware and has wanted you for herself throughout this entire game. She's jealous of the others, and no matter what she tries, you never fall for her. So she just removes the other characters. She tries to make them less likable, but ends up breaking the game instead, triggering the glitched scares. This literal manipulation of the game's files, and how Monika is able to break the fourth wall by finding out that you're playing on Steam and telling you your name, or jump scaring you if you're running OBS, Shadowplay Gang, unite! Reminds me of a scarier OneShot. You only have— what the— what? Okay, random aside over, and I promise that this is related to the main review. Denial. That's what Farewell's all about. After playing Doki Doki and seeing this one scene in Determination that I never actually recorded, it all made sense to me. Madeline has been arguing with her anxious counterpart because she feels like she knows that this is the right thing for her. While Madeline has been negative in the past, I finally understand her point of view in Farewell. Celeste's main game made sense. There was a reason why Madeline climbed that mountain, but Farewell doesn't make sense. Granny is gone. She's dead. If this bird really were a part of Granny, why is it running away from Madeline? Why is it putting her through so much effort? EXOK Games and their lead, Maddie, have a clear talent for telling the player something about themselves without using the fourth wall breaking that Undertale, Doki Doki, and OneShot do. Now, I haven't completed Farewell yet, at least as of recording this voiceover, but having seen photos of the ending without dialogue, I get it. When Madeline said that you're dreaming, it all came together for me. Celeste blew up. In 2018, it created this incredible community that I'm happy to be a part of. But one thing I've always seen is players looking for more. Whether it be a Celeste 2, and I mean a real Celeste 2, modding, dialogue changes, or secrets being revealed, people want more of Celeste. I see how Farewell could be interpreted as the developer's way of giving the player what they want, giving them more Celeste, while also reminding them that there are other exceptional games and stories out there. The truth is, Farewell itself is a fever dream, something that the entire community, including myself, has been looking forward to for quite a while. I've been in some weird form of Celeste withdrawal. Only when combined with storyline and dialogue does the game's astonishing gameplay become so addictive, and the B and C sides just didn't cut it for me. Farewell has been teasing me with this feeling every so often. Moments like wavedash.ppt are what make this game so great. Just as the Hollow Knight community is dying for Silksong, or how the Cyberpunk fanbase always reacted negatively to delays, Farewell is a message from the developers that clearly says, that's a wrap. Just like Madeline doesn't believe Granny is gone, I didn't believe that Celeste was over. And because of this, I had denied myself the truth. That there are more amazing games out there outside of Celeste that can be just as awesome and just as fun. Both Farewell and Doki Doki had given me that punch in the face that I needed to get out of this phase. After playing Doki Doki, I knew that I had to make some kind of video about it, so I decided to sneak ratings for it into this review of Celeste Farewell. I had previously reserved the 10 out of 10 enjoyment ranking for some kind of game that would hit me just as hard as Celeste did. Maybe Farewell even, if it had an incredible story that was worth all of the extra content. But I see now that Celeste isn't the only great story-driven game, so I'm gonna give this reserved spot to Doki Doki Literature Club. Doki Doki hooks into a very sensitive place of the obviously targeted audience that is the teenage anime fan. It makes this sensitive place feel great, and then completely bashes it into a wall, showing the player why sometimes the best love isn't love, but friendship. The unity of belonging to a great group of friends, a great community, is an empowering feeling. Something that I've been lucky to experience on high school and on Discord. And while it took a second to get there, Doki Doki tells this story perfectly. Farewell gets an 8 of 10 in enjoyment. It's fun, but for the same reasons that the B-sides and C-sides are fun. It doesn't stick into your head like OneShot or another really good story-driven game does. Instead, it makes you think, and it keeps you on your toes. That feeling of seeing something that looks impossibly daunting and then getting through it only just like a few hours later is amazing. DDLC gets... well, I shouldn't rate its difficulty, because it's all on the player. Some people may not be fazed by it at all. Others may put it down immediately after the sensitive content redacted. In technical gameplay, it's basically a 0. You click buttons and make decisions, but the emotional weight of those decisions varies from person to person. Farewell gets a 10 of 10 in difficulty. This spot was reserved for it, obviously, and it earned it. Congratulations, Celeste Farewell, you are a game that is an absolute nightmare to play through and complete. But, just like Getting Over It and Thumper, which I also rated highly, this doesn't mean that Farewell isn't fun. I enjoy difficult games, but Farewell gets really close to some of my personal limits when it comes to difficulty. As I've said, I've put a whole day of playtime into this single level, and have put numerous hours on the same screen over and over again. Playtime. This is the fun part of the review. DDLC will probably take about 8 to 10 hours to play through once, and I'm not talking about when the game restarts after the sensitive content redacted, but 8 to 10 hours up to the very end of the story. Doki Doki has one ending, but the journey it takes to get there has a lot of RNG to it, and there are multiple dialogue paths, whether you appear to prefer Yuri, Sayori, or Natsuki the most. Farewell also has one ending, but it takes a buttload of time to get there. I'll admit that I'm slow when it comes to playing through this chapter, but given my speedrun timer and what my friends have told me about the ending, I'm gonna guesstimate that this is gonna take a solid 35 hours of time. I know about the Moonberry, and I also know that Celeste is all about going back and replaying some of your favorite parts again. So I'm gonna estimate that you might spend 50 hours in total, excluding Golden? Celeste Farewell did one thing that can't be measured quantitatively. It reminded me why I'm doing this whole 24-hour review series. After completing the main levels of Celeste, I was so sure that I would never find another game like this, that Celeste is one of a kind, and that's what this series has been about. It's been a quest to find a new Celeste, another game that impacted me in that same way. And after making 5 episodes of this little series, I've learned what I love about these smaller titles, and have found a lot of games like Celeste. AAA games like Doom Eternal, Fortnite, or Call of Duty all have their purpose. They don't have the best storyline. For example, Doom is basically about killing as many demons as possible to save Earth. Fortnite makes absolutely no friggin' sense. Chapter 2 Season 6 had Xenomorphs, Terminators, Kratos, Predators, Ryu from Street Fighter, and Master Chief, all within the same 40 seconds of the trailer. And Call of Duty is always complicated and basically a massive tutorial for the online multiplayer. But you knew all of this, and that's not the reason why you're watching this video. I started the 24-hour series as a way to make captivating and exciting gaming content. In a world full of massive YouTubers who play games for a living and have a huge following, I know that my content needs to stand out somehow. It needs to show you things that you've never seen before or never taken the time to see, which is why I've chosen this format. By summarizing specifically 24 hours of gameplay, condensing it into a 15 to 20 minute, hopefully not 40-minute review of a game, I can help you make a purchasing decision. Will you enjoy this game? Is this game for you? How much time do you have to put into this game to get that enjoyment? And is only X hours of gameplay worth the money? That's what this series is here for. I've received a number of lengthy, well-written negative comments on my Hollow Knight review, saying that I didn't give this game enough time, and fair enough. I could have made a much better assessment of Hollow Knight's storyline if I put 50, 100, or even 200 hours of my time into this game, but doing that wouldn't show you the time investment needed to complete that game. I mean, 24 hours is an entire day. In the reviews, you don't really see the time that it takes to do something or get somewhere. All you see is the content. That video wasn't designed to tell you that Hollow Knight had no story, but rather that you'll have to put a lot of investment into the game itself and the gameplay and the world of Hollow Knight before that story starts to come out. Now, some of us have the time and can pay attention to the same game and experience for quite a while. I have massive respect for those of you who grind Genshin Impact or Apex Legends, because those games require serious personal commitment. And while I've been playing through Genshin Impact lately and I've been enjoying it, I'm just not that type of gamer. With this pandemic still keeping some people indoors, I want to help spread my own enjoyment and passion for gaming. And my thought is that I'm doing so by channeling it into my passion for making videos. Hopefully, I've helped you find something new and truly enjoyable for yourself. And with that comes the end of the video. Thanks for watching until the end. If you're looking for something else to watch, why not check out the rest of the series? There's 4 other episodes so far, and you might find my different take on getting over it to be pretty interesting. If you want to suggest future games to review, or just ask me questions about my thoughts on the games, leave a comment below, or come hang out on my Discord, linked in the description. Also down there is the subscribe button, which you'll have to click to be notified when I release the 24-hour review that you just suggested. Thank you for bringing both this YouTube channel and my Discord server to nearly 150 subscribers. I've been enjoying making my random and varying videos, and I'm encouraged to keep climbing because of you.